Well, hello and welcome to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. And thanks so much for joining us on today, Monday, January 16th, 2017, Martin Luther King Day today. I'm Pete Connor, your host. We have a great show for you today, and I am going to introduce in a bit Mark Kearin, who will be speaking to the upcoming 13th Annual Andrew Lawrence Chili Cook-Off. Say that fast a few times, and followed by the Heritage Quilters group, which will be a pre-recorded session. As a reminder, we'd like to and would appreciate your input about what you would like to see on this program for show topics and guests. Do you know of a special event that's happening in our area, or know someone who deserves some recognition for what they do in our community? If so, please contact us either by emailing us at owatonnatoday@charter.net or calling the show's producer, Leanne T, at 390-5751. And now we're going to take a quick break for some messages from our sponsors and be right back with our first guest, Mark Kearin. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Dr. Beth Giltvet.
And I'm Dr. Nick Vincelli of Horizon Eye Care.
We want you to see what you love and love how you see. We're proud sponsors of the Owatonna Today Show.
I needed more than just another dead-end job. I wanted a career, so I expressed myself.
With the kids off to college, I decided it was time for me to go back to work and express myself.
Express got me in touch with some really great companies. Now I'm on my way to a great career.
Express Employment Professionals is in contact with thousands of companies in need of quality employees. Come in now and get the job you deserve.
Express yourself today.
Well, welcome back to the show. We are going to have first on the show Mark Kearin, who is going to tell us about the 13th Annual Andrew Lawrence Chili Cook-Off and tell us about all of the things that we like to know about chili, the number of people who will be cooking and where it's to be held and how one gets there, because there will be an opportunity to have some tastes, lots of tastes, I'm told. And to perhaps, and as Mark will tell us, to perhaps tell us that our presence there will help to declare a winner as to who's got the best chili in the various categories. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us
here. So, the 13th annual, your shirt says 12, and that's last year's, and I had to ask earlier about Mark's shirt because I thought it looked like Casper the Ghost, but it's really a chili pepper in the middle of that icon.
Yes, it is.
And so that would suggest certain things about chili that probably some of the people there like to exhibit. That is the heat of the chili.
Well, we are in Minnesota, so in general, I think most of the contestants aim to please the Minnesota group. So in general, there's a few of the hot ones out there, but for the most part, most are pretty mild or pretty edible for the most part.
Sure. So for 13 years, this cook-off has been underway. What started the event 13 years ago?
Yeah, well, actually, the event started as part of a tragic event with Bill and Marie Lawrence. His son, Andrew, was killed in a car bike accident in 2003. And so out of that tragic event, they kind of were talking about doing something that would kind of keep Andrew's presence living and breathing in their community forever. So during some conversation that they had with some friends, somehow they got onto the concept of maybe a chili cook-off, not a pancake dinner, something a little bit different, nothing a spaghetti type thing, something that maybe the community would enjoy. So in 2005, our first chili cook-off kind of started, basically. And at that point in time, it was at the top of the KC Hall. And it wasn't very long. I mean, even that first year in the KC Hall, it was upstairs, and it was basically a full group. They had a couple, I think about 4 or 5 individuals doing it, maybe a few more than that, and a few other kind of chefs, including the KCs themselves, had entered a chili. And boy, it was very well received and very well supported. From then on, basically, it was out at the Armory until last year. Last year, when the Armory was under construction, we looked for a new place to have it, and someplace that could fit 800 people, which in this town isn't easy to find someplace that'll fit 800 people. And we stumbled upon, or I know Ritchie Brothers hosted a couple other groups before, and so we contacted Ritchie Brothers and asked them if they'd be open to supporting us. And Ritchie Brothers basically opened their doors up for us, and has been a great host since then. This year again, we'll be out at Ritchie Brothers on January 28th, Saturday, January 28th, so a week and a half from now, out at Ritchie Brothers from about 4 o'clock to 7:30 or so.
Sure. We should probably maybe refer to the poster that's to your right. Speaking, that'll be around town. I suspect it probably is already, announcing the 13th annual with that. Now that's a red one, so that really depicts a little bit of heat. But so folks can see that, and tickets, it would appear to be at about $8 in advance or $10 at the door. And so it's going to be, sounds like it could be a real good fundraiser if you get 800 people to come there.
Yes, I mean, generally, with the support we've raised, somewhere around $8,000 or so dollars every year that goes into the scholarship fund.
Sure.
And with the scholarship fund, basically, every year they've given out 5 scholarships for the last 7 years or so, giving out 5 scholarships to individuals who have kind of supported, shown their faith, their Catholic faith, and are attending college. So it's not just for freshmen going into college, but any individuals who have who are even attending college can still apply for this scholarship.
Okay, very well. So it would say that 800 people. You've got to have quite a number of folks that are going to be cooking chili. How many will be there to provide guests with chili?
Right now, we have about 48 different chilies that will be available at the Chili Cook-Off. 10 restaurants have chosen to enter in. Those restaurants are, Torrey's, the Country Club, Hy-Vee, Fairway, Cashwise, Old Town Bagels, Costa's, the Colonel, Geneva Bar, and Grill, along with Famous Dave's. So all 10 of those restaurants will have a chili available. And then we have 38 individuals. And of those 38 individuals, there will be 2 different groupings. Past champions will be in one section, and then individuals who are looking yet to achieve the championship.
Is Mark Kearin among the cooks?
I do enter my own chili, yes indeed. And
now, I have to ask you, because it sounds to me like my mother's mushroom patch. Boy, you never let anybody know where the mushroom patch is. How about your recipe? Is that a closely held family secret?
It's not a closely. I actually found my recipe base off the internet. So the whole core of my base started off the internet.
Okay.
And my wife laughs at me because I'm not a baker, but it's just what I would call my base for my chili is off the internet. And I just basically tweak it a little bit different every year and have basically the core is still the same, but a little bit different every year. Sure. Maybe a little bit different meat, maybe a little bit different chili powders, or some other types of things I have going in it.
So what kinds of things will we see in these 48 different entrants in their chili?
Okay, well, there's 2 different, so we have the chefs, the restaurants. And the restaurants all are on their side of things, on their area. Then you have the past champions, and the past champions, there will be a red category and a white category.
Okay.
And white is basically defined that if there ain't red, it ain't red, it's white. So bottom line, if there's no tomatoes in it at all, it goes into the white category. And so a lot of people, and generally those are little andouille or chicken-based chilies, very good chilies. And then you have the people who haven't been a champion yet, and they will be in another area, and they're going to have a red and a white contest. And along with that, then it is chili, so we do want to recognize the fact that some people do like hot chilies, and so there is a hot category too. And so whoever has the hottest chili will get one. That's overall.
So what you're going to do then is to select a champion from each of those categories, as it sounds like.
Well, I won't.
Or somewhat. I mean, the people will. Yeah,
the people who
guests will be
come,
there, yeah.
basically, when you come in the door, you're given basically a ballot sheet. And with that ballot sheet, you can walk around, you can taste as many chilies as you want. And you can imagine going to 48 chilies, you aren't going to get a cup of chili for all 48. Or if you do, you're a pretty good eater, okay? All right? So in general, everybody, you go around, there's cups available, and you can go in and you can go back as many times as you want to one of the contestants, or you can go around and try all 48. And after you're all done, you basically submit your ballot for what you think is the best chili, and along all three of those categories: past champions, soon-to-be champions category, and then the restaurants.
Trophies or ribbons given out to?
Trophies are,
okay.
yes.
Good.
Yep.
So what about, there's got to be beverage, I suppose, available, and are you going to have crackers or bread or what have you to go along with? I would think that some of the hot stuff, people will want to mitigate the burn on the mouth.
Right. So when you walk in the door, I mean, the chili is all part of it, okay? And then there will be water and juice available, and there's no charge to that. And there's tons and tons of desserts that are available. Yes. Yes. And so that's all part of just walking in the door with your $8 in advance, all right? And then, or $10 at the door. And then there's also adult beverages available for purchase along with that too. So, for me, a chili and a beer is oftentimes very well received.
Okay. Infrastructure, I used that word earlier, is that I suppose roasters or kettles or what have you have to be provided, or are people bringing their own plates, hot plates and so forth to keep, to cook?
Right. So most part, people have done all the food preparation in advance at home. Okay, and then they bring it, and they bring their chili in hot, and it has to be over the 160 degrees to make sure everything is sterile. And then they keep it there in either a roaster or a pan. And then we have basically a chafer available for all contestants. So we provide the serving, everything to serve it out of, and they just have to kind of and there's a sternal there to keep it warm and everything else, and keep mixing their chili in to keep it warm.
Seeing as this is a public event where food is being prepared in so-called, not in a kitchen per se, do you have oversight by the Department of Health? People will come to make sure that things are, when you talk about temperature?
Right. The Department of Health hasn't been involved since this is a Goodwill offering, kind of a charity type thing. So this is something we've generally been able to be good with, and we really truly emphasize to all the cooks to make sure that they bring it in at the safe temperature.
Sure, excellent. Well, it sounds like it's going to be another fun event, 13 years of them, and I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
You do as well as you want to do, and for folks who want to know, they'll see the posters around town, and thanks for being with us today, Mark.
And once again, date, time, place.
Okay, once again, it's next Saturday, January 28th at Ritchie Brothers. It goes from 4 o'clock to 7:30.
Okay.
And come early and stay late. Thank you.
Plenty of parking?
Plenty of parking out there. Yeah, it's a great facility.
Right. Okay, good. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Well, now we're going to take a quick look at some messages from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with our next guest.
Hi, Brad here from Owatonna Senior Place. Our goal at Senior Place is to involve, enrich, and empower adults 50 years of age or better to live as independently as possible in our communities. We do this by promoting wellness through recreational, educational, and social opportunities, as well as being a referral source for services available within our area. Activities and programming at our center emphasize creating and maintaining independence in all phases of life. Come see what Senior Place has to offer. Live full, live well, and live long.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better.
Hi, I'm Betsy Linger from the Owatonna Foundation. Your generosity has made Owatonna a better place to live by benefiting our community, the arts, recreation, and education. Please consider a donation today. The Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
At Triumph Graphics, we think beyond ink. That's why you should make us your source for creative concept, design, print, mail, and web. Check us out today at triumphgraphics.com.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress, making life a little easier. day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. I am here with two members of the Heritage Quilters Guild, Quilting Club. And ladies, welcome to the Owatonna Today Show.
Thank you.
And would you each introduce yourselves, please?
Okay, I'm Dawn Berg.
Laura Wertwijn.
Okay.
And we've both been members for a fair amount of time, but we're currently co-chairpersons.
Okay, of the group. Give me a history of the Heritage Quilters, if you could, Laura.
We celebrated our 20th anniversary last year, so we became an organization in 1996. I was not a charter member, but I do believe I joined within the first couple of years. Originally, we were meeting at the Art Center, but now we are meeting at St. Joe's Church.
Okay.
We are an organization of women that just enjoy quilting. And through all of its changes through the years, started out as hand quilting primarily, and now we're mostly machine quilting.
Okay. And what is the difference between hand quilting and machine quilting?
Well, in a nutshell, hand quilting is done by hand. The piecing probably is done on the machine.
Okay.
But all of the layers are put together by needle and thread and handwork. Now the machine quilting can either be done on a domestic machine where you put all the layers together and either pin baste it or do an adhesive based, or you quilt by check, send it on to a professional long arm quilter such as myself. And we have large machines that do all the fancy work.
I love that, quilt by check. Okay, Dawn.
How true.
Tell us how you became associated with the Heritage Quilters.
I had always sewn as a child and growing up, and I decided about when my son was graduating, I decided I needed a hobby. And I needed to get back into doing something, so I wanted to try quilting.
Okay.
And I ran into a member here, and she invited me to a meeting, and I have been here ever since.
Okay.
I've been here about 10 years, about half the time.
About half the time. So between the two of you ladies, how many quilts have you each done?
I probably haven't done as many quilts. I've only done a few. I've done, I do smaller projects. I make my Christmas presents for all my family every year.
Oh, perfect.
So this year I made 21 travel pillows and about 20 mini table runners. And so I do smaller projects.
Okay.
I have done, I've only done maybe 5 or 6 big quilts for, my children and grandchildren. But Laura.
Laura, tell us, how prolific have you been over the last number of years?
I probably have done 50 to 60 of my own personal quilts, and then I've quilted tops that other people have brought me. Too many to count, I guess. So is the appropriate answer for that. But as a co-owner of the former cotton patch in town, I still have a lot of tops that I made as samples that are in a bin waiting to be finished.
Waiting to be finished, all right. How did you get started with quilting, Laura?
Well, my grandmother on both sides of my family, they did quilting and they did the hand quilting with the frame and the whole shebang. And I've always done sewing, as Dawn did, as a child. Mostly for me, I had to make a lot of my clothing because I'm tall, long-limbed, and small around, or used to be. So I had to make my own clothes. But I enjoy the sewing part of it, and I enjoy the creativity. So that's, I guess, how I got into quilting. I was a cross-stitcher for a number of years, but you have a lot more to show for your time invested in quilting.
Ah, okay.
Bigger pieces.
Okay. So why don't you hand the microphone back to John? And John, if someone is interested in coming to one of your meetings, how would they go about doing that?
Well, our meetings are open to anybody who has an interest in quilting.
Okay.
We meet the second Thursday of the month, usually at St. Joseph's Catholic Church.
Okay.
But if they want to call up any of the board members, either Laura or myself, and Kathy Torrey is also one of the other co-chairs with us. And they can also just come to a meeting.
Just kind of show up?
Yep, they can just show up. And our dues are $20 a year.
Oh.
20 years ago, they were $20. So we have not gone up in price at all. We basically want our meetings to be fun, to be relaxing, and to learn a little bit about quilting.
Okay. So if I were a rank beginner, I mean, I do know how to sew on a sewing machine, what could this group do for me?
Oh, that's the one thing I found is every meeting, somebody always brings up a question. What do I do about this? Or does anyone have this kind of material? Or they'll bring lots of different questions. And I have found the members to be so helpful. People will get together and they'll go, well, just come on over and I'll help you out with whatever it might be. Even if you have a desire to quilt but have never quilted before, this is a good place to come to.
Okay.
Because we can kind of guide you to this is what you need to start out with. Here's where some good classes are. We have some of our Quilt Till You Wilt days where we get together and just sew.
I love
and quilt.
that. I love
Yes.
that. Okay.
And so people are really generous with their time and talents.
Okay. You, besides quilting for yourselves, and you have how many members currently right now of the Heritage
About
Quilters?
40.
Okay. What I love about your group is that you do and have done in the past a number of community service projects. Tell me about those.
Okay. I'll tell you about the one we're doing this year, and then I'll let Laura tell you about a few others.
Okay.
We are doing 8 quilts for the Habitat for Humanity house family. It's a quilt for the parents, and then a lap quilt for each of the children.
Okay, and I'll be showing these now as you're talking about those.
Okay. And these are quilts that it was an interesting little bit of a challenge, but actually I think everybody went, wow, we can do this. The family is a Muslim family, and so we wanted to make sure that we didn't have pictures. We wanted to make sure that we were honoring what they needed and according to their religion.
Okay.
And so
good.
the quilts are just a lot of dimensions, triangles, squares, those kinds of things, but beautiful colors. And we asked each of the children their favorite color.
Okay.
So we were able to make a quilt for each one of
And
them.
they're absolutely fabulous.
They really are.
Yes,
People
they
really
are.
did a nice job.
Yes.
I'll let Laura talk about some of our other projects.
Okay.
We have tried to do a charity project about every year or so. This is either the third or fourth time we've done something for Habitat for Humanity. But we have also made quilts for the hospice house when it first opened.
Okay.
We have made quilts for Lily Sparrow. We've done pillowcases for Lily Sparrow and the hospitality house. We've made dignity quilts, which are quilts that may not be a full quilt, they may not have batting in them, but are coverlets that go over the black bag when a deceased person is taken from a nursing home or some other facility, so that it's not apparent that it's a body.
Oh my,
So,
that's amazing.
those are some of the projects that we've done.
And you have one right now that you are doing, and actually people can see it the first weekend in February. Tell us about that.
Yes, our most recent quilt, a butterfly quilt, which everyone participated in by making a block, is going to go to the Eagles auction, I believe, for cancer, their telethon coming up the first weekend in February. So it's a very beautiful quilt, and it's a full queen size. People should come and see it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So once again, because we're almost out of time, if anyone is interested in joining Heritage Quilters, tell me again the date, time, and place where you all meet.
The second Thursday of every month, currently at St. Joe's Catholic Church at 7 p.m. And we just have a lot of fun. We don't vet anybody. You just come and have a great time.
Well, wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much for being guests on the Owatonna Today Show, and I hope that you get some feedback from other people who would love to learn the art of quilting and are interested in joining your group. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
And audience members, please stay right where you are. We will be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hi, my name is Dave Efforts with TPS Insurance. We're here to handle all your insurance needs. We are a very proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection, and thanks so much for staying with us. We've got some community announcements to share with you. Since 1995, the Owatonna Foundation has awarded 403 scholarships totaling more than $528,000 for individuals preparing for technical careers. The spring 2017 non-traditional scholarship recipients of $1,500 each are Carrie Jessup, Santana Liverseed, Chris Reinhard, Greg Selk, Michael Tome, and Alex Wolf. And the Steelhawk County Historical Society will offer What is the Matter? A presentation for the History in the Making series on Thursday, January 19th at 7 p.m. at the Steele County History Center. Andre Cohen of Am Horizons will lead a discussion exploring the historical rationale for making the statement Black Lives Matter. Admission to the lecture is free for SCHS members and $5 for non-members. Are you living in a car? Are you sleeping on someone's couch? Do you stay in don't have a warm place to stay? If you've answered yes to any of these, please come to this free event to get connected. It's the Project Community Connection of Steele County, which will be on January 26, 2017, which is a Thursday, and it'll be at Trinity Lutheran Church, 609 Lincoln Avenue in Owatonna, from 11 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. It will have lunch, haircuts, flu shots, HIV testing, dental screenings, and other things as well. Winter Weekend Out, January 27th through 29th, will be a lot of things going on with the weather, sledding, fat tire bike demo, and adult bocce ball at Lake Colmeyer, among other things. Once again, thank you for being with us. That does it for our show today. Please join us on Wednesday when we'll be on site at the Owatonna Public Utilities, and in studio we will be with representatives of the Steele County Humane Society who will tell us about upcoming Pet Adoption Day. Thanks.